one. As Michelle would say, welcome to this week's edition of the Mobile Support Meeting. I'm Roland, having learned from Jonathan Nightingale how to properly run a meeting with bad attempts at humor. Actually, his are pretty good. I'm Roland, standing in for Michelle Luna, who's the manager of Mobile Support. I'm sure she will be here shortly. Would everyone else like to introduce themselves? There's probably Michelle.
Hi.
Michelle, we're introducing ourselves because Satya said we should introduce yourselves for the video. The video is recording, so.
Okay,
please.
hey Satyav.
Nice language, very nice.
Hi.
I'm Roland. Next. Oh, I work on Android. Next. Satya, for next.
Hi, I'm David and I'm a contributor from the UK. And it's my idea to start up the sumo meetings, the mobile meetings, once a week.
All right. Patrick, I'm just going in the order of my Brady Bunch. Patrick, talk away.
I'm Patrick McLeod. I am the help desk manager here at Mozilla, helping get the help desk set up for when Firefox OS launches.
Michelle, you're next, and now you can take over the meeting. I will now be quiet.
Hello. Hello, welcome to the weekly mobile support meeting. I'm Michelle Luna, and I'm the manager of Firefox OS and mobile and Firefox for Android support at Mozilla. Let me get to my Etherpad. We're recording. You're recording us, Roland?
I am recording.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
So we got Tyler and Brahman, and if anyone else is on the line without video.
Okay.
I'm Tyler, user advocacy for Firefox for mobile and other miscellaneous stuff.
And I'm the designer. I'm a UX designer here. So
Brahm is in New Zealand. I am in Canada. Dave is in England. Michelle, Ibai, and Tyler are in the United States of America.
Yes.
Ebuy's on the line as well.
Oh yeah, Ibai, you have to introduce yourself. And unmute, on video mute. Or not.
He probably stepped
I don't
away or
see him.
something.
Yeah, I don't see him.
All right.
According to this is online if you go into the settings of the video.
Anybody else want to introduce themselves?
Okay. Ibai owns Kitsune and desktop leadership at Mozilla for support. Thanks for adding that to the agenda. It's always good to have a little introduction of who we are and why we're here. We're coordinating support for all the mobile products for Mozilla. So it looks like Naoki put his update into the Etherpad. Thanks, Naoki. He fixed the Leo builds. Yay, he was in San Diego last week working on that. He's working on the flashing, which is a little complicated. And it looks like QA is mostly moving to testing 1.1. YouTube for 101 is out. I don't know what that means exactly. Firefox for Android, Android x86 Mozilla beta builds available for Firefox 22. 22 is going to be good, isn't it?
Well, we'll get to that later. So 22 feels to me just as awesome as 21. I fingers crossed.
Just as awesome. Okay, great. So go to those links that Naoki put into the Etherpad there for release management and triage to find out more about B2G QA and what all the wonderful things that are landing. for Firefox OS updates. I put the links into the Etherpad for the awesome videos that Roland and Ralph made last week. 5 great support training videos in Spanish. Thanks, Roland, for doing that and staying late on Friday to do that. This is for contacts, email, messages, privacy, security, and how to obtain support. So Ralph did a run through of a short one of these in our meeting last week, which was funny because while he was doing it all in Spanish, a couple people called in and they were totally confused, like, am I in the wrong meeting?
Why is it not in English?
So I think it was Andrew and someone else. So anyway, these are awesome. We should include these in our, or embed these in the articles that are associated with these topics so that we have them as part of the KB. The Ralph and Rosanna are in Spain and Colombia this week doing stand-up training for Movistar support agents. So they were both in training for like the last, I don't, all day today, and learned a lot. So yeah, setup.
Can Andrew possibly introduce himself when you're done, Michelle? Just so we can
Yeah, of
contribute.
course. Sure. Um,
I
yeah,
say just he's on the phone.
Andrew, why don't you, Andrew, go ahead and introduce yourself. Oh, he said no, not today.
Oh, here, right. 326 Andrew in Alberta, Edmonton.
Yeah. He's a sumo contributor who works on the KB and is a reviewer and also helps Satev while you're away to organize this meeting and set up the Etherpads. So, um, yeah, so we're training up Movistar for support for Firefox OS. We're learning a lot. I just got off the phone call with Rosanna, which is why I was late. I apologize, but she was telling me they had an amazing day in Colombia today with the training, and people are very excited. They have a lot of questions. They do need more detailed documentation of things that we think could potentially be issues. So we're going to have to work hard to help them get the documentation that they need. But overall, I think she said it was a great day and she'll be back tomorrow. They're going to do more working sessions there all day tomorrow. And I don't have an update on how things went in Spain, but I can only imagine they were just as successful. Any questions about the training, the support readiness training that we're doing this week for the agents? Sounds like our expectations for how Movistar is set up and how they will do support is pretty close to the reality. They have the tier 1 level and then also an internal tier 2 support team. And so we also need to work with them to define the escalation paths a little more, but I think it's just really more of just a conversation to explain to them what we've worked out with the support lead at Telefonica for that. So it's good stuff. I think the other ask will probably be to get information out of the KB for them, out of Kitsune, and having a way to do that for English and non-English. So maybe that's something people can put their brains on if it's something that we've done in the past, or if we have a way to do that to give them, I mean, maybe our KB will be enough, but it sounds like there might be other things that could be more helpful to them. Was there a question from someone?
I've just got an update there from Rosanna. She said the training that's going good.
Yeah. Yeah, she said it was great. Okay. I put some links, some newsy links for Firefox OS there this week. The Register article is pretty good. A good read. There's another reviewer who's not quite as impressed with the key on, and I think because they had some problems with calls and SMS, but you should read that. And then, of course, the big news of the week this week was the Foxconn agreement to partner with Foxconn on devices. And there's a lot of cool pictures of tablets with Firefox OS on them. It was just pretty cool to see the key on and the other two commercial devices with the tablet. It's pretty exciting. Oh, Geeks Phone update. So our Geeks phones have arrived in the US. Yay for customs. Every week I give the same update that they haven't arrived, but they've actually arrived, and so we should be, IT should be starting to get them organized off the pallet and ready to send to contributors soon. So thank you everyone for being so patient and for continuing to work on help articles using the simulator. Thanks also to all the localizers working hard on the help articles. We have 30 articles ready for L10N for Firefox OS, and which puts us, and most of them, I would say 80%, 90% have been localized into Brazilian Portuguese, Polish, and Spanish. So that puts us 55% done, I'm guessing. So we have 4 more weeks, so we got to keep going. We did new help topics for Firefox OS last week and retagged all the articles to fit into the new topics. So Bram presented the optimal results a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about what they look like. We looked at the data about, what doing everything according to app or according to topic. And so this is like a little mix of apps and topics. So we have a couple topics: get started, get connected, get community support, and then we have privacy and security, and then we have all the comms things are together, so calls and email and SMS, and then multimedia apps and marketplace are together. So we're gonna give that a whirl for organization. This gives a fairly good balance of content, but it's not by any means perfect or set in stone or anything. So take a look at that and let us know your feedback. Obviously, if you look at it on your phone, we need some icons. Like on the mobile, all the icons are the same, Brom. They're all the little gear. So I don't know if you're the icon guy, or how do I request some icons? But we'll need some to indicate those new topics, not new groups of apps. Any questions on that? Let's see
Michelle,
what's going on in IRC. Yeah.
Can I ask everyone to mute if possible, because there seems to be a wee bit of background noise. Can you mute if you're not
Somebody
speaking?
mute? Oh, okay. It sounds good to me, but
No, it sounds fine now, but there was like a wee bit of background noise there. I don't know if it's somebody else on the phone.
oh, okay.
I've put an IRC just for your attention.
Okay.
So you don't know.
Let's see. I recognize all the names in the room.
It's probably me. I have a squeaky chair.
Oh, if it's a barking dog, that's when I know that it's you. Okay. Oh, and then I posted the support training guide, the English one that that they went through in the training today. So you can take a look at that. That's based on using an almost complete 1.0.1 build on a DTE device that is not the final device for the last 10 days or so, and the list of little things that are not broken, but little things that might come up as issues for users and features people will probably ask about that we don't have in 1.0.1 yet. So, Patrick, are you putting lubricant into IRC right now? You're hilarious.
Oh,
I'm watching it go by.
It's
Hilarious.
food
Okay,
food
so
grade food grade lubricant.
you
food
guys.
grade lubricant. Perfect. Okay, that's it for my Firefox OS update. Does anyone have any questions? All right, review that stuff. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. What's good, what's not, what could be improved, or other things we should be doing that we're not doing. There's a million things happening. So I'm happy to talk about anything that you have questions about. The next section is feedback for Firefox OS. Do we have any user advocacy feedback for Firefox OS this week?
I pinged Cheng. I haven't seen anything coming from him so far this week, but yeah, I would assume he would have told me if there was anything on fire. So
Okay.
if I hear anything from him by the end of the meeting, I'll let you know.
It seems like we started getting messages into the email alias. So we must be promoting the alias somewhere now. I think we were trying to get it out onto DevHub for the Geeks Phone people. And so there's some stuff in input, but I would love to have a report from, whatever we have in input and on the aliases on a weekly basis.
Yep, no, I will talk to him and see if I can't make sure that we get those before Wednesday.
Okay. Or so anyone can do it, right? The input is out there, it's public. Any contributor also who wants to help with this, reading input and bringing to this meeting their insights on what they're seeing. It's not a lot of posts, so it's not a lot of work to do, but it would really be helpful because I don't have time to do it, to read it.
Simply going to input.mozilla.org and clicking on Firefox OS, right?
That's right, exactly. Thank you, Roland. You have to go there and you have to click the Firefox OS radio button, and then you can see the posts from this week. And some of those come from the simulator. So it's also even smaller set that probably come from people using actual devices, and that's what would be interesting to us, though.
He
Thanks for
actually
putting that in Etherpad.
just ping me with an update. I'll put it in the Etherpad, but what he says, a couple people getting stuck with updates, and then an issue with the alarm, and there's a bug on that. Looks like it's an old one that might have resurfaced. So I'll stick that in
Yeah.
Etherpad though.
That's the bug
alarm
that won't
sucks.
die, the alarm not working. I know.
That's why I was half an hour late for a meeting this morning, because I rely on my Firefox OS alarm.
Oh,
Well,
well,
fair enough. I set my Symbian and my Android alarms and my Firefox OS alarm. So one of them's not going to fail me in time zone wise.
You would think. I had that happen.
Yeah, no, well, I've had it happen where all three of my batteries go dead. I've had that happen.
oh,
I don't have enough
overnight?
chargers by my bed, so.
But I
Oh,
have
the
to say,
joys of
Well,
dog fooding.
I normally use, yeah, exactly. I'm having a problem with Bluetooth right now, actually. So I'm gonna file a bug on my Bluetooth problem, actually.
is this a Bluetooth headset or a Bluetooth stereo or both?
It's my headset, and I've always been able to connect with it before, and today I actually crashed it trying to connect to my Bluetooth.
Okay.
So I'll file
Yeah,
a bug
they're
on that.
still working on a little
But
bit
it reminded me.
Bluetooth stack bugs, right? As far as I know.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Firefox for Android.
Firefox for Android, nothing to report on 21. 22 also looks to be empty, but it was just announced, or will be shortly announced, that Firefox for Android x86, in other words, Intel chips as opposed to ARM chips, will be in Firefox for Android Beta 4.22. Firefox for Android version 20, release 22 Beta 4 will have Intel support. So if you're one of those people who have an Intel x86 Android phone, please test. There will be a blog post with information on where to report your feedback, but you can always report to me. You can always report it on input.mozilla.org. You can always report it on support.mozilla.org as well. But exciting times. It will be good for ARM to have some competition. And it would be good to be on a few more devices. Yeah, we have a support question day tomorrow, so let's try to answer all the support questions. And we do, by and large, answer them, thanks to Tyler, to, I don't know, let's just throw out some names here. John99 does help, it's crossed over, and many others who help out and answer questions. We're pretty close to answering most of all of them, so let's try to answer all of them. The breaking news of this week is that Firefox 22 and 23 looks like most of their features that will require us to document them on Sumo are being postponed to Firefox 24. You can see the roadmap links there. You can look at the Firefox 22 beta release notes. I don't think anything needs to be documented for 22 specifically, but if it does, let me know. But other than that, we're looking forward to Firefox 24 when a lot of these big changes will land. There will be a big permissions bump, which will affect updates. So we'll have to at least write something about that in a Sumo knowledge base article somewhere. So that's it.
Cool. Hey, not to put you on the spot, I don't know what if we're still working on the database for what devices does Firefox for Android work on?
Oh, I'm still now that we've thrown the Intel
Is there any
device
update?
to the mix, no one, yeah. It seems to still be a mess. I'm going to talk, Tara and I want to get some Intel devices for support, and I'm going to talk to Erin Lancaster and see what she thinks about the device situation and what we should do about our template. I somehow think that us maintaining it is not going to work, so again, what we can probably do is get QA to maintain the list of at least the ones we've tested. I mean, it doesn't, Tyler.
Michelle, are you meaning a list of all devices that Firefox can run on, the ones that are not blacklisted on Google Play? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, one canonical list that says here's what is supported. Because we have like 3 lists, and
Yeah.
they're
So,
never quite
The
the same.
blacklist we
But
have.
like by supported, because like there's 2 definitions of supported. There's the supported that we say, we've tested it on these devices, and there's the other ones like the Kindle Fire that we don't actually test with, but you can get Firefox to run on. So the list that you can download like from Google Play, we could probably pull that off of Google Play because it's all listed there. It would just be a pain to do it the first time. But all the other devices, that would be a harder one to do. But I think QA has a list somewhere.
They do,
Well,
and it has, yeah.
Not maintained consistently. So what they really do is they don't really maintain a list of supported devices. What they religiously based on what I can tell, what they religiously maintain is the block list. Which kind of makes sense, right? The ones that we don't support.
Exactly. Well, and I think eventually, because
the ones that we do support,
as we keep adding devices, it's going to turn into more of a block list, and say these are all of the things that we don't support. Everything else, assume it's supported, because we keep adding more and more devices with you know, every couple releases we'll add more ARMv6s, more x86s, stuff like that.
Maybe that's how we should do it. Maybe we should just, lead in support should just say it's everything except this block list.
Yeah, that might be easier. Because I think we're
Okay.
somewhere in the
Well, as
range
long
of
as
like
we can, I mean,
2,200 supported devices.
2200.
That was the last number I heard.
okay. Well, as long as it's not 3 lists, as long as it's just 1 list, I think that's better than having sort of QA that has a list and we have a list and then marketing publishes a list. I don't know if marketing still publishes their list of supported devices.
They still do, we still do, and QA still has their spreadsheet, which is not really published. It's public, but it's not really published.
Right.
Uh,
So,
okay,
Okay.
well, I'm looking at Aaron because I have to talk to her anyways about these x86, which just throws another, because potentially you could have a separate x86 block list. I know they don't want to do that, but you could. So I will ask Aaron. I'll try to summarize the situation. I'll contact Tyler, and I'll work with her.
okay. It's one of our goals for the quarter, so
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
checking in to see like where are we with it. Sounds like we still have 3 lists. But let's keep
Yeah.
trying to plug away and see if we can
At
make
least
some
3
forward
lists.
progress. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we can get it
Yeah,
to
we
2.
should be able to make some forward progress. Like if I can get a statement from Aaron saying, well, if there's only going to be, if the definitive list is the block list, and if I can determine where the block list is, and at least I can determine a way to publish the block list or publish, then that would solve our problem maintaining a list. I'll see what we can do.
Roland, you may want to try to loop someone in from marketing as well. I think that they have a list of devices. And so
But it's out of date.
no, I think that they have a more recent, like within the last month or two, list of devices. But I don't know if it's an all-inclusive or if it's just most popular devices. So
Okay, I will work with Aaron and marketing then. And you
I mean,
to figure this out.
the thing is, the users need a list they can refer to so they can make decisions, right? And so we need that list to be correct and to be able to update it regularly as devices are added, whether or not they're you know,
Right, but we only test a subset, but yeah.
I know the
Okay.
list can have a part of the list can be tested and part of it can be untested, but we should have 1 list instead of 3 that are all different.
Roland, do you want to maybe set up a meeting later this week or early next week to talk about this? And we could see what we can go have going forward, maybe loop Aaron into it, and me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll set up a meeting.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, with Aaron and
Awesome.
marketing.
Thank you. Okay. All right, let me check the channel. I don't see anything else going on. Any other questions?